Welcome to the Operations Services Department's 13th Annual Vendor Luncheon. A time for us to say thank you for all you do. In December last year, we began a major remodel of the Operations Services Center. This project was to transform a long-term record storage area into a first-class conference room with all the amenities. The scope of work was so large that it required help from almost every division and quite a few of our as-needed contractors. From the ceiling to the floor, every inch of the room was transformed into a state-of-the-art conference room, complete with energy-saving lighting and all the automation and multimedia you would expect. Thanks to your help, the job was done on time and on budget. The room gets its name from one of the biggest industries in Pleasanton at the turn of the last century. The Remillard Brickworks employed 160 workers and made several million bricks a year for building projects all over the state. The Brickworks was located on the corner of what is now California Street and Stanley Boulevard. One of the biggest projects that we were involved with this year was the complete remodel of the Dolores Bankson Aquatic Center. As part of the project, the diving pool was retired, the racing pool was converted into an L-shaped rim flow design, and a diving well was added. The training pool was completely updated with new stairs for better access to the water for the Learn to Swim program, and the water slide was restored to like-new condition. The projects also required a new mechanical building. The original 1969 building had served us well, but time and insects had taken their toll on the structure, and it would be too small to support the requirements of the new pools. The mechanical building would mark the first time Support Services Division would have the opportunity to totally design a structure from the ground up and have it built as part of a capital improvement project. We took this opportunity to design a structure that would not only meet our current needs, but meet the needs of those that follow us. The new pools were debuted to an invited audience on the evening of September 27th and officially opened to the public on September 28th. After working long hours on tight timelines for projects all around the city, it was time to turn the attention of the entire Support Services Division toward a project that was nothing but pure job satisfaction. The Livermore Pleasanton Fire Department had secured a used John Deere ATV to support their operations at the fire training tower. The little Gator was pretty well used up when they decided to repurpose the unit rather than send it to auction. Well, we all thought it would be a great idea to make sure the fire department was well represented with their choice of vehicles. Obviously, John Deere Green wouldn't do. entire division lent their time and talents to converting this little ATV into the Livermore Pleasanton Fire Department Breathable Air Auxiliary Support Unit. A resident concern about a large object on a pole on the 800 block of Main Street brought us face to face with something that had been forgotten about and hidden in plain sight for more than 30 years. High atop a pole at the rear of a business was a large turbine siren that at one time had been used to call the volunteer fire department to action. The city records show that it was last tested in 1986 as part of a civil defense system. We removed the siren at the request of the property owner, and this is where the story gets interesting. The nameplate on the siren read, Heath Engineering Laboratories, San Francisco, California, makers of sirens and electrophones. I googled the name and found nothing about the maker of our siren, but I did find an article from 2001 detailing one man's effort to recover the San Francisco ferry building siren that his father had built. Harry Heath's father had installed the siren on the ferry building in 1915, and during the 2001 reconstruction, it was accidentally demolished and sent to the Altamont landfill. The article gave us the idea that Mr. Heath may still be living in the Bay Area and could shed some light on our siren. I found an article online about a man that was remodeling his house so he could age in place, and that article was written in 2013. And the man was Harry Heath. I contacted the author of the article and asked her to forward our info to Mr. Heath. She did, and the next day...
Hey, good morning, Chris. My name's Harry Heath. I got an email from my niece, Jan Goban, said that you contacted her and want to know more about the Heath sirens. I'm amazed that his siren is still up. I'd like to come over and take a photo of it, if it's possible.
Mr. Heath was not just the son of the builder, but he is also related to one of Pleasanton's founding families, which makes this siren even more important to the community. While all the research was going on, the support services crew was busy restoring the siren and getting it ready to make its first sound in over 30 years. On December 6th of this year, Mr. Harry Heath, the son of the builder, came out to the Operations Services Center for a small rededication ceremony and to bring the siren his dad had built more than 90 years ago to life once again. A happy ending to a wonderful project. Our final bit of business this year is to say goodbye to one of our own. The Operations Services Department's Assistant Director, Craig Higgins, will be retiring on January 3rd, 2014, after 13 years of service. Some people have wondered how he was able to get so much done in the time that he was here. Well, there's a simple explanation that very few people know, and it's best explained in the form of a fairy tale. Once upon a time, in a mid-sized city not far away, there lived a great and powerful assistant ruler. This ruler governed the land with a steady hand and a kind heart, helping anyone that asked and causing great things to be done with the utterance of his magic phrase. And the phrase was so great and powerful that it was only one word. One word that could oversimplify the complexity of any task and understate the difficulty by which it could be done. One word that could strike fear into the hearts of anyone that heard him speak it. And a word so powerful that it was reserved for only the most daunting tasks. Of course, none of the other workers could ever utter that word with any effect. Only the great and powerful assistant ruler could use that word. And what is that magic word, you may ask? Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the podium the retiring assistant ruler, Mr. Craig L. Higgins.